Chants, placards and union colors were well represented outside the Social Security Board in Belize City this morning as joint unions staged a protest running parallel to a demonstration by the United Democratic Party. For the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, the protest went ahead despite police denying their formal application for a permit.
As much as the UDP did get approval for theirs up to 12 o'clock, we wanted ours to be from 11 to 2 so that the workers, even the workers from Social Security Board, would come out and support what we are saying, that the board should be very cautious whenever they decide or how they decide to move forward with this proposal. So we believe and we know it's our constitutional right to protest. That's why we're out here. We're expecting more members to come out, and we also understand the meeting has been moved to Belmopan. So we'll be having members in Belmopan as well. So we have to divide the members. Some will be Belmopan but walking the street because we know they can't stand still, right? They can't gather. But they'll be walking the streets. We have to send a message that we need to ensure there's public consultation. We need to ensure that regular citizens understand all those big words and all those technical words must be broken down so citizens can understand what are the risks and what may be the benefits and then make a sober decision.
Waite says the unions chose to stand their ground, insisting workers have a right to be heard, especially on decisions involving Social Security funds. Among those present was the Belize Communication Workers for Justice, whose fight for severance for former BTL employees has now merged with broader opposition to the proposed SpeedNet acquisition.
On our side, when we have been presenting is that we join the two items because if BTL already owes a debt to its former employees, they need to settle it. We need to know what that number is. We need to recognize all the former employees, agree that they are eligible, understand what that debt is. The Social Security Board of Directors need to also understand what that debt is, because if this debt is 25 million or if it's 50 million, then what are we doing to BTL, making them also invest $80 million in a company like Smart?
Observing, you all know that we don't rush into everything, and we notice that there is a lot of discrepancies, and it's very important for us to represent our 4,000 plus. We want answers.
And so this is one of the biggest unions. Do you guys believe that you will be able to bring out your numbers within the coming weeks to have a greater showing?
Of course. The first step is to educate them, provide them with the pros and cons of what they're presenting, demanding from BTL the answers that we all need. Because when I listen to them saying that the funds that they are in charge of does not require public consultation, I'm surprised. Because Social Security, we contribute. Government, we are the government. We only elect representatives, but the people are the government.
And how would you respond to those saying that you guys were taking too long to come out here?
They have to learn one thing about the BNTU. When you know your power, you don't rush. It is not the roar of the lion. It's the silence that is deadly.
Support also came from outside traditional union leadership. Former Carl Hirschner Memorial Hospital Board President Andrew Beard stepped out during his lunch break, saying this was an issue that cuts across professions. Even though the protest was in front of the hospital, which is a quiet zone, KHMH's union members felt the need to support.
When the Trade Union Congress call upon its members and supporters, then we have to there, And this is a matter of national interest, and I believe that the more people we have out here, it's better to show the solidarity in reference to the BTL Smart saga.
Should we expect more members coming out during the course of this demonstration?
Certainly, in a few, the organizers from the union will be bringing out the other members, but just that my time for my break is now, and so I am here.
Ashley Longford, a youth representative with the NTUCB and student advocate, said the decisions being made now will directly affect the next generation of workers.
As a young person, it's very much important for me to be out there, but to also encouraging young persons to be out there, because we hold, as people and as young people, we hold majority of the shares of that. It's our future and we are the now. If you know that telecommunication is something very important that affects our schools, affects our daily life, if you look on social media right now, who is on there? The young persons, and they will be as much affected by this.
As the morning progressed, tensions rose when UDP supporters moved closer toward the Social Security Board compound. NTUCB President Ella Waite says the move placed union members inside the building at risk, a development she says is completely unacceptable.
The workers in Social Security Board are members of the Christian Workers Union. And what the opposition is doing right now is is putting them in a situation. They were going to come out here with us, A lot of them are going to come out here with us because they also are citizens of Belize and they also have concerns about this acquisition. But with the opposition people trying to go into the office the way they did it, the members are scared now. They're not going to come out. It defeats the purpose of why the union is out here. We are not here to break up anything. This is Social Security Board. The meeting isn't even happening in there. What will they do if they go in there? Attack our members? Then these people will go in there and protect our members. So we're asking, hold it down, man. This is not what the NTUCB is out here for.
The NTUCB says that while it shares concerns about social security, it will not support political actions that endanger workers or blur the lines between labor advocacy and party politics. Union leaders say today's message was simple. The fight is about workers, their contributions, and the future of Belize, not political colors. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.